Hello everyone and welcome to Club Live here on Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. We are live on YouTube tonight, the last Club Live before the big man comes to town. We're here, we're in the festive spirit, as you can tell by what's clinging to my microphone, and if anybody that knows what that is, you'll know why I'm doing it, the things that you have to do, but you pick your battles, don't you? You pick your battles. So I am Scott Carney, and joining me tonight for a merry show is Alistair Pearson. Ali, how are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. It's Friday. I think pretty much everyone, or most people, that is their last day of work, probably up to Christmas. I know there is certain people that are still working. Scotia, I know, works in between Christmas and New Year with his job. But yeah, that's pretty much me. So yeah, looking forward to 3 o'clock tomorrow, Saturday. I've seen the weather's to be absolutely horrific, which is typical. But it is 3 o'clock. It's Saturday, Christmas time. I think folk will be in a good mood. 125 years of Ibrox as well. Celebration tomorrow too. So no, looking forward to it.
Yes, me too, mate. Yes, I am looking forward to it. I have been finished pretty much all this week, to be honest. I've not been doing a great deal. That working but not working thing. And then Monday I've got, a couple of hours in the morning that I have to do a couple of things, and that's very much me. I'm off through till the 6th, pretty much. I'm back at it from the 6th. So yes, looking forward to it myself, mate. As I say, just getting all the things done about the house that's where you leave till last minute, and we're having all the family down at Christmas, so they jobs that you've got to get done. And I lay a carpet today. I mean, what? Well, who is this guy? So so I've got a few bits of housekeeping to do before we go any further. Jamie on this podcast has made the decision to take a step back from the podcast due to work commitments for himself. He felt like it was the right time to do so because he couldn't dedicate any time to the podcast. Gutted to see Jamie go, but as again I always saying that you always need to understand we have full-time jobs, we have lives away from the podcast. So unfortunately Jamie can't dedicate his time. Door's always open to Jamie, of course, but for now Jamie has decided to take a step back. So wish Jamie nothing but the best, and we thank him for his contribution for the pod. He's been brilliant. And we need to finish up the Merry Members thing that we were doing, because I forgot to do one on Tuesday. So just briefly, Alistair, is my mic working now?
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you, Alistair. Thank you for that.
I've done it off camera, Carney, because it was a bit more professional there.
It was. Well, I just let everybody know that we were talking to each other away from that. I just seen your message. I was like, "What? I'm on the pod. What are you talking about?" But yes. So we need to finish up the Merry Members thing, and since I didn't do one on. What day were we on? Tuesday. Tuesday, is that right? Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Since I didn't do one on Tuesday, it's already that time of year, mate. But I've got no idea what day it is. So we didn't do one on Tuesday. I will give away 2 £25 gift vouchers for the Rangers store. And Ali, you're very lucky because you're going to be picking 3 numbers in total, 2 more tonight. Now you're a better man than me, mate. If you can remember the numbers that we've picked: 56, 25,
55.
8 as well, I think, right? So, yeah. But anyway, there's been a few more people signed up, mate. So anyway, apart from the numbers we've just said, from 1 in 94, mate, 1 in 94, you have to pick 2 numbers. So batter on, this is for our channel members, mate. So pick any number you like.
First one I'm going to go is number 13. Unlucky for some, but lucky for somebody.
Unlucky for some. Let me see. Laura Carson, congratulations. You have won a £25 gift voucher for the Rangers store. The link for the podcast email is in the description of this podcast. Get in touch and we'll get that sorted to you. But thank you for your support and congratulations. And you pick the next one for me,
mate. 72.
Whoa, 72. Right. Whoa, you've caught me off there. Justin Muir, what's the chances? Justin Muir, fantastic, yes.
God
Justin,
bless America, Justin.
Congrats, Justin, we owe you, to be fair, mate. We probably owe
What's
you
the
that.
chances of me picking that
what
number?
Chances?
So yes, Justin, you are the winner of the other £25 gift voucher for the Rangers store. So please, as I say, email me at the podcast email address. We'll get that sorted. Thank you to everybody that's signed up to the channel, everybody that supports the podcast by just that little bit extra by being a channel member. It really does make a world of difference to us. And we can't thank you enough for the support. We really can't. We've clocked over 6.6 thousand subscribers now, which is again just a wee bit crazy. For us, we're over 2.5 million views on YouTube. Again, just numbers that are just a bit humbling, I'll say. But no, thank you everybody. Honestly, thank you everybody. That's absolutely fantastic. And yes, we'll definitely be doing something like that for next Christmas. Don't you worry about that. That's it. Yes, I think that's it. Right, mate, we'll get into Ranger stuff now. 5 minutes of me rambling. And for the record, everybody will be off sharp tonight because Ali's got taxi duties to do. So we'll be off sharpish tonight, just so everybody knows. And I'm still going on rambling. We'll start with the aftermath, mate, from the SFA and Willie Collum coming out and admitting the mistake that we all knew. That obviously it should have been a penalty. It was an incorrect decision made by VAR and AVAR, which is a new term that I've never... I mean, I knew it was there, but AVAR is another thing that I've heard so many times where I'm going, is this a really common term that everybody uses? But yes, anyway, the audio was released, mate. Then Willie Collum did the VAR show on YouTube that he does with Gordon Duncan. And I'll start by saying I like the transparency. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I don't, because I do really like it. I think it's something a bit different. I think it's something that's long overdue. So I'm glad that they done it when they done it. I've seen previous ones before of that, they've kind of VAR episodes, and I've kind of tuned in just to see what the workings of it all is and how it all goes. And it is interesting to hear what the processes are, how they follow things, etc., etc. For Willie Collum to come out and say what he did, I am not. Anybody that's watched this podcast for the past 4 years will know I do not like Willie Collum, and by any stretch of the imagination do I like that guy, because I certainly do not. But I do appreciate what he's came out and said and what he's done here. Before I get into probably fully securing my tinfoil hat, Ali, what is your feelings now that we now know that we're not mad? We now know that the rules were not followed as such. What's your take on all of this?
It's probably one of the biggest. Well, it's in a long list of big decisions that went against Rangers, which we've discussed, but this one in particular. And I agree with you. It's fair. I quite like the thing with obviously Willie Collum's at the head of the kind of referees now, and they come out and do this VAR show, and he's come out and said it was unacceptable, basically, and they've maybe rushed it instead of looking at it a bit longer. But even at that, you don't need to look at it long enough. It's clear as day. It's a penalty. But when the VAR audio came out, Karen, it's shocking. I think it's even worse when you hear them, what's actually going through their heads in terms of. In fact, when the VAR audio comes on, there's a guy eating in the background before they speak going, it's a penalty. And then you hear them going, and one of them says something about it's more outside the box. I'm like, what are they looking at? It's shocking. And it's happened in a major cup final, which was discussed on Tuesday. Views haven't changed on it. I know there is still some Celtic fans out there that are claiming it wasn't a penalty, and I don't know how you can not claim it's a penalty. I know Brendan Rodgers has come out today and says human error can occur. So he's changed his tune because it suits him. But it's my view's not changed on it. It's another massive decision that has went against us in a cup final and in Old Firms. There's a catalogue of errors against us in Old Firms now, and that's in a major cup final. There's not much more we can do about it, I don't think. I know we'll probably discuss more about it, but the audio for me is damning on those two guys. Either they don't know the rules, which is shocking enough.
They do know the rules.
Well, they do know the rules. Well, yeah. But what else could it be? And I don't want to go down the route of another club that has been moon howling for years and years about it. But there's too many things stacking up now. It's I thought it was shocking. I don't know what they do with these two guys. I'd assume they'll be put off VAR and they'll be put down to whatever it is, the lower leagues of Scotland to referee, and then they'll reappear at one point. But shocking by the two of them. And it might Celtic might still win the cup. We don't know. But at that point in the game, it is a major, major decision that has went against us again.
Yeah. I'm going to have my say generally, and I'm going to be honest because I always am, and I would hate to try and kind of fluff around the truth. I genuinely believe now that I've heard the audio and I've heard Willie Collum. Willie Collum, to his credit, has absolutely ragdolled Day2 in public, which is so they should have. I think they were so dead set against giving giving Rangers a penalty that they just almost not made things up, but they seen what they wanted to see.
Yeah.
You know that when someone's in such denial, mate, that they have to just see what they see. They end up believing their own lies that it's that bad. I think you have to question their integrity of being officials. I am not saying that I don't want I don't want to see anybody lose their job, their livelihood, nothing along the lines of that. However, they have said a line in that was, it's more outside the box than in. Well, it's still in the box then, is it not? So they've ignored the true facts that were in front of them. They've ignored the fact that it is a penalty. They've not followed the process correctly because they fired through that as quickly as they could. And David Edgar made a point as well. The silence that there is a moment of silence where they don't say anything and then they go, no penalty. To me, that's the integrity of your job. That is gross misconduct in your job. And if any of us do gross misconduct in our job, you get bagged for it. I'm not saying I'm calling here and sitting that if these guys get fired, I feel any better, because I don't feel any better. At the end of the day, we had an opportunity, and we should have had the opportunity even to have a penalty in the dying moments of that game in extra time to win us that cup. And then the narrative is different. Everything is different about it. No doubt Celtic fans and Celtic would still, their cheerleaders would still be saying, wasn't a penalty, even though the rules of the game tell you that it is. So, yeah, I think I can't, I'm not saying it's cheating. I'm not saying it's going out and out cheating. I just think they were so, which, I mean, I suppose it nearly is cheating if you're, maybe it's just denial, as I said, but they were so dead against giving Rangers a penalty at that moment in the game, at that precise time where they seen what they wanted to see, which wasn't the case. The comments that they made, the way that they done it, everything about it is horrible. It is truly, truly horrible. I don't imagine they're going to be close to anything serious in terms of top flight football anytime soon. I hope Willie Collum does stick by his guns and say, no, it will be handled internally. And I do get that it will be handled internally, but we are at the point now where it would be nice to know what his plans with them were. Put it that way. It would be nice to know, because there is no doubt that there's an issue here. Be it unconscious bias, be whatever it may be. But I believe that you have to question their integrity. Is that a full-on tinfoil hat there?
No, I think it's pretty spot on. Without calling, well, there's a lot of folk that will say out there that they're blatantly cheating. They'll talk about a certain guy, the VAR assistant, who is, was or is, I don't know, a season ticket holder at Parkhead. He's in a Celtic supporters club. You can go down those routes if you want. He's the guy I think you hear pretty much on the VAR. Yeah, you've got to have a go to integrity in terms of what happened, because it's not even debatable.
They've just ignored it. They've just ignored the rule. They've just completely, and they do know the rules. See, this refs don't know the rules. Every referee knows about penalties. If they're going to know one thing, they're going to know about penalties. There is no way they don't know the rules.
Yeah, but it's not even debatable that there's certain decisions some people can have different views on.
Soft penalties and all that. Yeah.
But this isn't. It isn't. It's so.
It's a penalty. Yeah,
it's a penalty. All that you can't even argue it. Even some of the maddest Celtic fans that want to come and have an argument with it, they can't put an argument up. It's a stonewall penalty, and they've done us. They've absolutely done us, Carney. And like I say, but it's in a long list of things. I think there's a video going about Twitter at the moment. If you look at it, going back to before VAR and with VAR, and you go through all the decisions, and you're at that point, as we said on Tuesday, you're looking at it going, the evidence stacks up now. When does it change? For me, I agree with you that the two guys, I don't know how disciplinary goes in terms of their jobs, but it's gross misconduct, and they should be removed from their jobs because they've it's a major cup final in Scotland. It makes us a lot, especially England, look up here as a Mickey Mouse League up here. They must be looking up here now going, in a major cup final, what the hell's going on up there? And it's cost us big time. It really has.
Yeah.
It was a sore one. We came out Hampden on Sunday to losing penalties was sore. It can happen to anyone. But when you see what happened to us, 83 each, it's even harder to take because it's a right toe in the balls, that one. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't need any further kind of...
No, you didn't need a further boot in the box.
I didn't need to drag down any further, no. Because when I left Hampden, I was on the floor when I left Hampden. I really was. I was gutted. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. I really was. After everything we'd been to that game, and I thought, I can't believe we've lost in penalties. But then, as soon as you get back to the boozer and that, mate, and you're seeing all the things flying about, you're going, hang on a second here. This is another one. This is again. This is another. No, it's not even contentious. It's a penalty. Like, it's just a penalty, and they've just decided, no, Rangers are not going to get it. Rangers made a response. It's not a statement. Rangers made a response, mate. I hated every bit of it, to be completely honest. I thought it was weak. I thought it was poor. I thought it addressed nothing. And the fact that there's now been silence again, really, since the kind of full-on reaction of this has came out, and the SFA saying... well, I know they come out and said that they acknowledge it and whatever else, but see, for me, mate, that shouldn't be out. It shouldn't be out the papers. It shouldn't be out the sports channels. It shouldn't be out the news bulletins that you're getting on Reporting Scotland or whatever it may be, STV, whatever it may be. Rangers should be hammering this home. We shouldn't stop here. I'm not saying Rangers fans go all out and do ridiculous things that the other side of the city have done, because I don't think it will achieve anything that way. But the club really need to put pressure on this, in my opinion. I don't really like the statement that they kind of... It was like, okay, yeah, we acknowledge this. We'll keep working with them to make it better. That's not good enough. That's not good enough, because this has been going on for too long now, in my opinion. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. McCoist and Barry Ferguson have come out and had their say as well, mate, that we shouldn't question the sporting integrity of referees, because where does it leave us in the game? I disagree with them. I really disagree, considering how far this has went and how wrong that decision was on Sunday at the final. I think Rangers should be continuing to question the integrity of the referees. I think they should be continuing to question, what are you going to do about this? How is this going to get better? It's okay that an apology doesn't really mean anything to us. And I'm not saying, like, scrap the cup and let's start again. Like, but now this cup final is only ever going to be remembered for the one that Rangers should have got a penalty in the last minute for, or the last minutes of the game. This is the only thing that it's going to be remembered for. It's not about how good the game was in terms of an advertisement for Scottish football, end-to-end football, the fact that it was 3 each, the fact that it was both teams pretty much giving everything that they had on the day. It's now remembered for this decision that Rangers should have got a penalty. What's your take? Should Rangers make more noise? Are you in agreement with me that there should be a lot more noise behind this, instead of us just whimpering and pretending that everything is okay and hoping that it all disappears? Because that's what the SFA want.
They should, but they won't. We know they won't. If it was roles reversed and it was the other side, Christ, it'd still be going on about it. Yeah, I don't think.
If this was the other way about, mate, it would be the top story in every newspaper for right up until the next Old Firm. And people can say that that's blue tinted glasses or not. We all know it's true. They know it's true.
Yeah, and it's worked for them over the years. Look how it's worked for them. So, yeah, I mean, Patrick Stewart's first job when he came in was to go to SFA and ask, how's that penalty not given? And obviously Clement in his presser today talked about, sat down with Willie Collum, etc. And it's as if I don't know what else they can do, to be honest, but it's as if they've sat down and went, well, you've acknowledged that it was a penalty. Doesn't help us at this present point. But as you say, heads should roll with these two guys. What's happening with these two guys? Are they getting bagged or what? What he's doing with them? Because they should be. And they shouldn't be allowed to VAR official or official an Old Firm or a Premiership game going forward.
agree.
What's going to happen with them? But we know, Carney, we're not as ruthless as them across the other side. They know what they're doing. They've got their certain cheerleaders that come out and do it. They've done it for years, and it's what, like I say, it's worked for them. They're moonhowling about referees and we're going way, way, way back. Whenever referees went and strike at one point and everything. So it's something we don't really do as a football club, to be honest. I don't like to moan about things. As a Rangers fan, you like to kind of say it as it is. You take it in the chin, but can't take that in the chin. That's just it's shocking. And I think as of next week, it'll disappear, Carney. But it does. It puts a black cloud over that cup final, along with several cup finals against them. You look back to the Sima goal last season. For me, that's a goal. You look back to when we didn't even have VAR and they had 3 players offside in a major cup final again. I know VAR wasn't there, but as of next week, it'll be gone in terms of the newspapers.
I say for the lead up into the next Old Firm, which is a crucial one for Clement's future as Rangers manager. Let's not lie, it really is crucial for him. I honestly wouldn't have them stop talking about it. I honestly wouldn't. Every press conference that we go to, there would be a comment made. There would be something said about it. Media trained, the guys a lot of the players are well, and I would imagine the ones that are going to get put forward for the lead up to the Old Firm will all be the ones that are well media trained. I would be having them dropping in decisions this way, decisions that way. That would be getting dropped in constantly, because I think it's the only thing that will really make a conscious difference. There'll be some referees that are laughing their heads off at this, mate. There'll be other ones that are concerned about it, but at the end of the day, we have to stand up a little bit more. At the end of the day, they're laughing about it in their AGM, mate, and we are the ones here that were denied a golden opportunity to win the cup, mate. A golden opportunity to win the cup. So I wouldn't be letting it fade away too quickly at all. But we'll have to see what happens. We will have to see what happens. Due to us being on a little bit shorter tonight, I will now pause, compose myself, and we'll go on to other Rangers things after a word from our sponsor. This episode is brought to you by Manscaped, the global leader in men's lifestyle and grooming. Introducing Manscaped's newest innovation, the Chairman Pro, the game-changing tool that brings the luxury of a professional shave right into your home. Whether you're after that daily silky smooth finish or prefer to maintain a rugged 5 o'clock shadow, their Chairman Pro electric foil shaver is your go-to for precision and style every time. Head over to manscaped.com and join over 11 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by using the code CLUBAT22 for 20% off and free shipping. You have the skin safe 4-blade foil for that close, smooth shave when you're looking to go completely clean. And if a clean shave isn't your style, just switch to the skin safe stubble trimmer to keep your stubble looking sharp and polished. The Chairman Pro comes with unique Flex Adjust technology, helping you maintain great contact with your skin at every angle. And here's something that's going to make your grooming routine even easier. The Chairman Pro is waterproof. The Chairman Pro is so powerful it can tackle up to a 5-day growth, making it perfect whether you're shaving every day or just tidying up after a few days. Get the Chairman Pro today and experience a shave that is as smooth as you deserve. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code CLUBAT22 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code CLUBAT22 at manscaped.com. Thank you to Manscaped for their continued support of this podcast. They've been with us this full calendar year and longer. I feel like since we started this, Manscaped have been sponsoring us. But look, their stuff is generally brilliant, and we have to thank you for continuing to use our code, which obviously keeps Manscaped on board with us. Their stuff is brilliant, generally fantastic. I bought some stuff for some of my family members for Christmas because the stuff is that good, and of course I've used their code. But yes, the stuff is absolutely excellent, absolutely superb. So thank you to Manscaped. Right, Alec, we'll get on to other Rangers things just now. Obviously, we're approaching the winter transfer window, mate. It opens the 1st of January, 2nd of January? 2nd? I think it's the
Don't
second.
actually know, to be honest. Aye.
I think it's the second. Somebody will tell me in the comments, but I think it's the second. Well, obviously, Dessers is the one that's obviously the rumours will always start me. It always does, but he's been linked with a move with Saint Etienne. He's been linked to a move away. I suppose it brings in a bigger conversation as we approach the window, mate. Where do you see us needing to recruit? Obviously, the centre half position is probably the one that sticks out the most. But is there any other real areas of concern for you that Rangers should be trying to address? And let's be honest, Dessers should go.
I think we've been saying that for a couple of transfer windows now about Dessers, but yeah, I think you could potentially get probably nearly your money back in Dessers, maybe lose slightly on him at this point, because the guy scores goals. So if he doesn't score goals, he does. He's got. I mean, if you look at his record on paper for Rangers, is very good. So I could see us being able to move Dessers on. It's whether Dessers wants to go or not. That's the question, because I'm sure he'll be on a tidy contract at Rangers. But I'd be looking to try and move him on in January, along with other players, Kieran Dowell, players like that. Wouldn't even be surprised if Rangers try to move. I know Hadji's come into a wee bit of form. Try to move Hadji out the door as well, potentially. I can
Make
potentially
money on
see
him,
that. But yeah, key areas for me in the park is the centre half, potentially too. I mean, if Souttar's out for 2 months, maybe longer, as I said on Tuesday, you've got Balogun and Proper. Proper doesn't fill me with confidence whatsoever. I know he's been all right in the last couple of games, but he doesn't fill me with confidence. I'd be looking at a centre half coming in, and maybe a lone one as well to tide us over, potentially, because we're still in Europe as well. Another striker up top for me as well. I was thinking of the wide areas, but Cortez and Matondo are starting to come back as well. Of interest, I know Cortez played for the B team along with Matondo. He did say today Cortez might get minutes or tomorrow. Just depends how the game goes, to be fair. So that's what I'd be looking at, and potentially, I don't know what we've got to spend in January. Playmaker type in the middle of the park. I know we've got Tom Lawrence to come back, which we've not really heard about Tom Lawrence recently. He's kind of went quiet in Tom Lawrence. I don't know when he's coming back. Barami's played in the 10. He's been all right for me recent, Barami, but he's not excelled what I thought he would. Barami, he's been a bit quiet there. That's why Hadji's is pretty much getting that shirt over him at the moment. So I'd be looking at that area. That's the kind of spine the team, if you want to say about it, in terms of centre halves, another 10, and a striker if Dessers moves on. And I know the obvious striker and folk are going to bloody talk about will be Shankland, because he's down to the last 6 months of his contract, but it's a no for me.
No, it's a definite no for me. No, definitely not. I'm hoping that doesn't come back around this transfer window, because I'm a wee bit sick of it. But no, I think I agree. I do think I agree. I think this window will be all about players that are coming to play right now. I don't think there's going to be any form of project player getting brought in to kind of start developing them. I don't think it's the right time for it. We're at this point of the season where we have to salvage as much as we can from the season now. Go on a decent run, definitely beat Celtic, close the gap as much as you possibly can. Hopefully get to the final and win the Scottish Cup, and obviously get as far in Europe now as we possibly can, considering how well it's went for us. So yeah, obviously I agree. I think the centre half position is an area of real concern just now. I think as well, I've also, just quickly before I move on to what I was going to say there, Stovo Gers did say, that's the wrong one. I don't know where I've put it. I thought I'd saved it, but he said about, I don't know where it's gone.
Is it Egaman?
Clubs are already looking at Egaman. I know that we are this selling club, mate. I understand that we have to make this trading model work, etc. I don't think the time is right to sell him, considering the contract length that he is on. I do see him getting better. I do have the fear that the Rangers curse will happen, that he'll get injured for about 9 years, and that'll be the end of him, and we'll lose money on him, because that tends to be what happens. I don't. It would need to be a stupid offer, I think, for Rangers to entertain it.
I was speaking about John coming to work today. and I was speaking to him about, he was going on about Igaman, a couple of Premiership teams looking at, and I says, if one of them come in with a stupid offer, and a stupid offer to them isn't that much money down the road, you'll go.
It's a lot to us. Aye,
It's a lot. I mean, son and brother there's flung a figure of 20 million out there. If Everton or somebody came to Rangers' door in January, went, we'll give you 20 million for Igaman, he's gone.
Goodbye.
He'll be driven
Have a
down
nice day.
there.
Have a nice day.
Yes. They won't even argue that, he'll be gone. And that's the whole point. The whole point of bringing players like Igaman in is to develop them, hopefully have them for at least a couple of seasons and sell them for big money. But if a team in England comes in with a seriously big offer, and I know he's only played a handful of games for Rangers, they'll have to take it. Because you never know what's around the corner in football, Carney. As you say, the guy could get injured and do his cruciate, and then he's out. You just don't know. So you look away back when...
And the chances of that at Rangers are very high.
Yes. And you look at players like Nathan Patterson that broke into the Rangers team, played X amount of games. Everton come up here and went, we'll give you £12 million for him. Rangers went, or whatever it was, and Rangers went, yes, that'll do. So, unfortunately, that is the model Rangers need to work to. There will be players that will come in after Igaman. There'll be revelations at Rangers, hopefully, but these guys will go. But that's the whole concept that Rangers need to do. If Rangers want to be sustainable, because you don't get money in Scotland, you only get money in Europe and trading players. These are the type of players. That's why Clement says he's brought him in. That's why he says we had to get him this year and we couldn't get him next year. Along with players like Jeffrey, bring them in, develop them, sell them. That's what we are, unfortunately. We are a selling club. We're a big fish in a very small pond. And that's what's going to happen. So if somebody comes in with a stupid offer for him, he will be gone.
He will be gone. I think that's the same for anybody, though, mate, isn't it? Throughout the entire squad. If there's nobody we won't sell, the offer would have to be obviously correct, and we would have to be, I'd imagine it would need to be over the odds for us to sell our kind of informed players right now, if you like, in terms of Igaman. I think you would need to need to bid quite considerably, but you're right, 20 million, it would be bye-bye, yes, book your flight tomorrow, cheerio, you're off.
And I'm not saying he's worth 20 million, I'm just a guy in the comments who used that figure, so I'm using that as an example.
Oh, 100%, mate. I think
before somebody comes on and goes, Ali says he's worth £20 million.
You'll be cut up, mate. You'll be on Celtic TikTok tonight.
100%.
You'll be there, mate. You'll be there. But no, if 20 million for any of our players right now, they will go. I mean, there is absolutely no doubt that they will go. Of course they will. I was going to I'll quickly touch as well, because you mentioned Tom Lawrence, which it's all went a bit quiet with him, and it has. If we were to make a decision about keeping Tom Lawrence or keeping Hadji for the rest of the season, what one would you pick?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I know my answer, and it shocks me that my answer is Yanis Hadji, because I just think he offers so much more than what Lawrence can. I don't think Lawrence has enough in him to... I know Lawrence has scored a few goals in that for us, I do, but I do think he's a major problem creatively for us, whereas I think Hadji offers a lot more. I think Haxi's more flexible, he's more versatile than what... than what Lawrence is. And touch wood, I hope I'm not giving him the podcaster's curse here, that he seems more sturdy, seems more resilient than Tom Lawrence, because Tom Lawrence tends to break down after a consistent run, or whatever an injury happens. Sometimes it can't be helped. I do know that, but for me, I think I would be keeping Hadji. I wonder what. Let me know, chat, for everybody. In fact, there's a lot saying Hadji already. Got Hadji all day. Difficult, Scott. Difficult decision. But for me, I would be keeping. What's Hadji? Is Hadji till the end of this season?
Yeah, I think so.
Is he? Is it 25? So
somebody will tell us in the comments. I'm sure his contract's up.
Well, he's obviously Hadji's coming out as well, saying that he's absolutely delighted and he's the happiest he's ever been at Rangers, is what he's saying.
Right, so I don't know if he's...
I know. At the end of the day, mate, you're not telling me that the guy's not made a contribution since he came into the team.
Has.
I think he has.
Hadji, for me, I know Scotia loves bloody Hadji, but Hadji's looked like the player we had when we brought in. I think he's been very good, Hadji. I still don't think he's the answer going forward for us. I mean, to be honest, Tom Lawrence and Hadji, I'd get rid of the two of them, but obviously can't get rid of them all. Tom Lawrence has been extremely unlucky. He's got that bloody curse that happens to most players that come to Rangers. Tom Lawrence was never injured in his career, or never had a serious injury. Came to us, serious injury. And he is a good player, Tom Lawrence. I mean, I remember when we signed Tom Lawrence, and I watched a lot of him.
Buzzing about him, yeah. You were buzzing about him, yeah.
He was a cracking player, played on the left-hand side for Derby, scored goals, could score free kicks, and I thought he's the type of guy we need. So happened he's got injured. And he picks up injuries all the time. So based on that, I would stick with Hadji at the moment. Hadji's offered more in the last couple of games, and I know Tom Lawrence has scored a couple of crucial goals, but I just think Hadji, he looks more like a 10 for me. He can play that killer ball. I know he's not got the pace, but he's got the intelligence to do it. So yeah, I'd keep Hadji in the team. For me, Hadji starts for me against Dundee tomorrow in the 10. I think he deserves to play there, and yeah, I hope he continues to prove me wrong, Hadji.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. We've got a lot more from than I thought that we were going to get. I think the introduction of Igaman and Danilo has made a massive difference to Hadji. And
he looks hungry, Hadji.
He looks
like a guy with a point to prove.
Point to prove, exactly, mate. That's exactly it. And if it's only going to be for 6 months, so be it. At least we'll take advantage of it. Take advantage of the fact that the guy's got a point to prove, and that's what I would be. That's what I would be doing. And I think even Clement's probably slightly shocked about the level of performances that he's getting from Hadji. I'm not saying that Yanis Hadji's come on and he's worth about 40 million now. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we were lacking creativity and something in that 10, and Lawrence wasn't doing it for me. Whereas I think Hadji is he's doing more anyway. He's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but he's definitely doing more, and it's credit where it's due. But yeah, we'll go back to where we were before we went off in tangents there, mate. And we spoke about the centre half positions. Now King and my mind just went blank. What's that boy called that we signed? Nsiala, God, my mind just went completely blank there. Nsiala, obviously, they're the kind of two main ones that are kind of floating about. The kind of fringes, if you like, are playing with the youth. And Sterling can obviously play there, but then that leaves us slightly light at right back. But he has brought on Robbie Fraser. We have seen Rice recently as well. Where are you with youth development? Should Clement more be concentrating on giving these boys a chance for the rest of this season? I would like to see more of Rice. I've said that for a while now. I would love to see more of him. I really would. I think he's a great player. I think he's got bags of potential. Nsiala, we've not seen, mate. We've just not seen him like at all. And Leon King has kind of been here, and he should be a lot further forward in his Rangers career than he already is. I think one of them will get used. I don't know. Well, I probably do know. It's probably going to be King, but in terms of the other areas as well, we should be looking at giving these youth players, like, tomorrow's a perfect example of that. See if we're 3-0 up with 60 minutes, fling a few boys on, give them a chance.
Yeah, I mean, Clement's said it in previous press conferences about youth. We need to use the B team and the youth academy. That's what it's there for. The whole idea is to bleed these guys in and, again, try and sell them on for big bucks. And we've not done it in years. Patterson, the only one that's really come through in kind of recent years. Lowry was the next big thing. Where's Lowry now? Where is he? He's nowhere to be seen. So the centre half position, these guys will need to play. I mean, Nsiala came in. He was one of the first signings I think we brought in the summer, coming from AC Milan. There was a bit of fanfare about him, and you thought, Christ, this guy's coming from AC Milan. Looked a big guy, and we were told he was going in the B team. So sometimes you need to fling these guys in to see if they're up to it or not. If Nsiala can't play against Dundee at home at Ibrox, for instance, he's no bloody use. So these guys need to be thrown in at some point, and they will be put in the bench, especially with it being Balogun and proper, because Balogun, as I says, can't play 2 games a week because of the age he is, I don't think. Leon King's the obvious one to play there because he's played before. He's played in big games for Rangers previously. So, but I'd like to see Nsiala, because we've never really seen him. And guys like Bailey Rice, again, we've seen him come on a couple of years ago, whatever it was, against Livingston. I thought he was brilliant when he came on against Livingston that game when he was 16, 17. We've seen wee bits of him this season. I agree with you. If Rangers are 3-0 up against Dundee or whoever it is at Ibrox, bring these boys on and give them 20 minutes, bleed them in there. And I know we play Fraser or whatever it is, and is it January or February, whatever it is, in the Scottish Cup. That's the perfect game to play a lot of these boys, which I'd expect he will. But yeah, there's more of these boys on the bench. You look at our bench at the moment, and there is quite a few young boys, but it would be nice to see them get on rather than a Dessers or whoever else comes on for the sake of it. So I'd like to, hopefully Rangers are 3-0 up tomorrow and we could bring some of these boys on.
It'd be rather nice, mate, wouldn't it? Imagine we get another enjoyable day at Ibrox. Can you imagine that? I think we should be looking at doing more in that regard. But we'll move on to tomorrow. Dundee travel to Ibrox Saturday, 3:00, as football should be. Alistair and I's favourite thing to do on a Saturday at 3:00. That's no doubt about it. We absolutely love a 3:00 kickoff. So Dundee themselves, mate, last 6 games they have won 3. They've drawn 1 and they've been beat twice, 4-1 off Aberdeen, 2-0 off Hearts, but they have beat Motherwell 4-1 and beat Hibs 4-1, and they drew with Kilmarnock and beat Kilmarnock. Last time we played them was the quarterfinals of the League Cup, mate. We beat them 3-0 at Ibrox. They're sitting 7th currently in the league. All right for them, I suppose. It's pretty decent. They'll be pushing to try to get to top 6, I would imagine, which would be considered probably a pretty successful season for them. What are you expecting from tomorrow? And I think for the first time in quite a long time going to Ibrox tomorrow, mate, I'm more concerned about what we are going to do tomorrow, because all I want to see from Rangers is a continuation of what we have seen in recent games in the last month or so, if you like, of these games. What I cannot see and what we cannot all see as fans is a resort to what we've seen at the start of the season, where it was just turgid. I'm hoping that this is proof tomorrow that the corner has been turned. Rangers go out tomorrow wee bit like a wounded animal, yes, but with a full team, with a point to prove that we're not going to let things like that affect us. So I am, for one, I'm looking forward to the game. I'm looking forward to going to see Rangers, which hasn't always been the case this season.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think Clement will be saying, don't feel sorry for yourself. The cup finals is gone, but they've got a perfect opportunity tomorrow to go and put a show on for the fans, which they have done in previous games at Ibrox and away from home as well, against Ross County too. They put in some really good performances, Rangers, scoring goals, which they didn't really do. But yeah, it's there for Rangers tomorrow. The Ibrox, it's 3:00, 125 years celebration as well. So it's all there to put a show on and come back and show that we don't feel sorry for ourselves. We're here to put I know Rangers are 11 points behind Celtic, but put some sort of pressure on. We've got 3 games before we meet them. Go out and win those games and win them convincingly, and we'll see what happens in the seconds. But I'm expecting to go there tomorrow, Carney, and I'm hoping to see what I've seen against, maybe not the scoreline against Kilmarnock, but a performance like that. Go in and obviously we've got players back now, but put a performance in, score goals, kill the game early, be ruthless. Dundee are a decent team. They've got a couple of big guys. They've got the boy Silla in the middle of the park. He's a bit of a big unit in there. We've played Dundee already this season, but Dundee come to Rangers. Rangers should be taking care of Dundee convincingly tomorrow. And that's what I'm hoping to go and see. I'm hoping to go and see another Rangers 3 Dundee 0 tomorrow. That's what I'm hoping for.
I would take it, mate. Yeah, absolutely take it. And as I say, just a continuation, a comfortable win, a win that it's a good bits of attacking play that we've been seeing. We've seen a lot of linking up play happening. We've seen a lot of great attacking movements, a lot of passages of play that you can kind of identify with as a kind of exciting football. And there's no doubt that the most exciting that we've seen was for neutrals, I'd probably say what it's not the 3 each game at Hampden. No, because I'm so heavily emotionally invested in it that I don't really enjoy it that much. But I think against Kilmarnock, when I say we sat with each other in the second half, mate, and I was like, this is just tremendous, absolutely tremendous, and more of that, please. John, Blue Nose John, is this a shorter pod tonight? Yes, lads, sorry, it will be Blue Nose John, because Ali's got things to be doing. He's got to go speak to Santa, I think, or something, I don't know, or he's forgot Scotia's Christmas present. I can't remember. But yeah, Ali's got to jump out tonight. Justin Muir, Merry Christmas, mate. Thank you so much, mate. I very much appreciate that, Justin. Look, that's very, very nice of you, mate. You didn't need to do that, but don't you worry, Ali and I will be having a few beverages tomorrow, so I'll be sure to buy them. What is it? Bacardi Breezers you drink, Alistair, in it? Bacardi Breezers.
Nah, Smirnoff Ices.
Smirnoff Ice. Sorry, it's always Smirnoff Ices. Sorry, I always forget. But no, thank you, Justin. And I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, mate. That's very much appreciated. Right, Ali, team prediction for tomorrow, mate. Who are you playing? What is your score prediction as well?
Thanks very much. Justin's coming across,
Andrew.
And I think he's coming. He did say he's coming to the Viceroy 2025, so I'll look forward to meeting Justin, and we can do the God Bless America together. And Andrew Muir.
I forgot about that. Sorry, thank you, Andrew,
mate. The Muir's in festive spirit today. Thank you very much, Andrew Muir. Yeah. Hopefully you can come to the Viceroy as well. And we'll get you a couple of drinks as well. But yes,
we will get you a couple of drinks. 100%, we will. Yes, well, yeah. Ali will, because Ali's minted. By the way, he's absolutely loaded.
Definitely not sitting in this 2-bedroom flat as we speak. But yeah, I don't know what Justin would drink, to be fair, because if he's over in America, they're all into their Bud Lights and Coors Lights and all that. So,
what did the Viceroy have? Do they have that? They must have a Coors Light.
I'm not sure. What's your tipple, Justin? What's your drink?
Justin, what do you drink?
I'll
get Scott at the Viceroy to get it in.
He'll get it in.
I'll get him told. I'll get Scott told.
He's actually got Peroni in draft now, Can I've seen that.
Does he?
The Viceroy, yeah.
Does it?
Arrived yesterday. Sorry, everyone. I know I've just turned into
Cruz Campo's my one just now. I do like a pint of Cruz Campo. I
think I'm going to start on that tomorrow. I'm going to go on
Cruz
Campo. So
I know we usually have a tops on a Saturday morning. I know, mate. I know. We probably shouldn't admit that on air either. Jim Sloan, there he is.
There he is. Jim Sloan.
There he is. Thank you, Jim, mate. Very much appreciated. Have a wonderful Christmas, Jim. Thank you so much. What were we talking about? Oh, your team.
Teams and scores.
Jack Daniels. Drink Jack Daniels all day, Justin. Oh, come on.
Well, they've definitely got Jack Daniels, so you're covered.
They've definitely got Jack D. Aye. They've got some dodgy vodka now, mind you, but aye.
Anyway, teams and scores for tomorrow before we
let's
start going off a tangent there. For the first time in a long time, Clermont for me is kind of starting to pick a settled team in terms of the midfield, etc. I think we might have maybe one change, I think, between us possibly. But my team for tomorrow is going to be Jack Burton in goal. I think he deserves to stay in the team because I think I can't fault him for Sunday. I'm going to go with Tav at right back. I know a lot of folk will say play Sterling, but I think he kind of deserves to stay in the team. Centre halves pick themselves in terms of Balogun and Proper.
Yep.
Jeffy, left back for me.
Yep.
Middle of the park, Raskin, he's the first pick for me right now. Diamandi, I'm going to put in there. I'm just going to keep playing Diamandi at the moment because he's starting to get better for me. Hadji just in front, Igaman on the left, Danilo through the middle, and Czerny on the right. And as I said earlier on, 3-0 Rangers, Czerny to score the first goal.
My team's exactly the same, mate.
I thought you might put Barron in maybe, but
possibly. But again, for Dundee at home, the nicest possible way, I don't think so.
We don't need it.
I think Diomande, and he deserved my apology for the way that I was shouting at him on Sunday, because after watching the game back, he was pretty good. Maybe not as good as what some others said, but I did think he was better than the abuse that he certainly got from me. So I do think with Diomande with games like this, his eyes off the ball slightly, and he doesn't tend to perform as well as he should in games like this. He really should be creating a lot of things and being brave on the ball and being a lot more involved. I think that's Clermont's team tomorrow. there's not massive changes I think they can do anyway. So I'll go with that, but I'll go for 4-0 Rangers, and I'll go for Igaman to score first. And I think it'll be a very comfortable day, and it'll set us up nicely for the big man coming to town. So yes, that'll do. That will do us for tonight, everybody. As I say, got to let Ali away. Thank you, everybody, for your comments, for the donations as well. Absolutely superb. I'll be sure to buy Alistair a pint tomorrow. I don't even know who else is going. Is Dixie going tomorrow? Scotia going?
Well, apparently the wind's to be quite bad tomorrow, so the trains are kind of dodgy.
Oh, are they?
Dixie did. I think Dixie's going to come if the trains are on. Scotia will be there. He'll make it there, regardless if the trains are off.
He'll swim if he has to. Yeah.
Yeah. And Mr. Haymarch has threatened that he may appear tomorrow as well.
Can't believe that when I see it. I'll believe
it. He's on a Christmas night out tonight, so.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know whether that might do him in tonight and he might have second thoughts tomorrow, but apparently Mr. Haymarch is coming tomorrow.
We'll see. But yes, this will be our last kind of sit down pod that we do. Me, Alistair, and I will bring a reaction pod tomorrow. I then have family commitments Monday, Tuesday, and obviously Christmas, so there'll be no Club Deck Corner next week, but we will be back with Club Live on the 27th. Yes, 27th. It's not hard to work out, Scott, because today's the 20th. So yes, the 27th we will be back with Club Live as we look ahead to the Motherwell game.
St Mirren, is it? Oh no, St Mirren's Boxing Day, sorry. Yes,
Boxing Day. So yeah, we'll be back in Boxing Day with reaction too, but it will be just reaction videos until next week, until next Friday. I hope that makes sense. We're honestly so great at this, so professional. But everybody, say if this is the last time you hear from us, the last time you speak to us or tune in before Christmas, have a wonderful time. Thank you everybody for all the support you've gave us over the past year. And we will very much look forward to catching up with you after Christmas. But as I say, tomorrow there will still be a reaction video after the game. Ali, thanks mate, you can go now.
No problem. Yes, I am a taxi driver for tonight. That is my job. So yes, I'll be doing that soon. But yeah, I echo everything you said. I know we're doing a post-match reaction tomorrow, but yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone when it comes, and thanks very much for your support over this year as well. It's much appreciated. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to tomorrow, Carney. 3:00 Saturday, Christmas time. Beers as well. Hopefully, the Rangers win, and hopefully some more beers afterwards. Thank you very much.
That will do me nicely. So yeah, we will speak to you all tomorrow after the game, and then obviously we will be reacting that on Boxing Day, and we'll be back with Club Live a week on Friday. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope your team wins tomorrow. We are Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. Cheers, everybody.